The tragic story of the McDonald's brothers. Okay, let's see.
After trying to become a Red Cross ambulance driver, a real estate till 50s, a mediocre salesman with the dream of becoming insanely rich one day. But so far you haven't had any luck. After trying to become a Red Cross ambulance driver, a real estate agent, a jazz pianist, and even a flower seller, you ended up selling milkshake blenders. It's something, but you hated it.
What the
Who
hell?
gets rich off of selling milkshake machines? Nobody. But one day your luck changes. Just when you least expected it, you got a huge order for your machines from a random little restaurant in San Bernardino, California.
Okay.
The order was way bigger than the ones you're used to, especially for such a small restaurant. What could they need that many milkshake machines
Drugs.
for? Something was going on here. You could smell money and opportunity in the air, and you just had to find out what was going on here. So you drove across the country to give the mysterious restaurant a visit yourself. A restaurant called McDonald's. The place was run by two brothers, Maurice, also known as Mac, and Richard McDonald. But this wasn't any ordinary restaurant though. It was a well-oiled machine. McDonald's only had 3 things on the menu: hamburgers, french fries, and milkshakes. They didn't offer any seats or tables inside for their customers, and everything was served in a disposable
15 cents.
to-go bag. The business
Getting a hamburger for 15 cents?
model was basically hurry up, take your food, and get out.
Hamburger and cheese. Whoa.
Served in a disposable to-go bag.
What
The
am I
business
eating?
model
French fries, Coca-Cola 10 cents, hamburgers or whatever, cheeseburgers 19 cents.
was
Jesus.
basically hurry up, take your food, and get out. And although we're used to this today, back then this was revolutionary.
Facts.
Everything was precise and timed down to the second, all based on a cooking system that worked like a factory line to make sure every order went out perfectly and fast.
Wait, that's smart. I never thought about it. The McDonald's is built in as a factory line.
And customers loved it. They were
Jesus. I get it? As in cheeses, but in cheese?
lining up around the block to buy a hamburger from McDonald's. It was a completely new type of restaurant. At McDonald's, people didn't have to sit down at a table and wait for 30 minutes before they get their food.
Facts.
They could order and start eating in around 60 seconds. And because the brothers built
I
such
don't
a
know
good
about that.
system, no matter who was in the kitchen, the burgers would taste exactly the same every single time. The McDonald's
True.
brothers has single-handedly created fast food. And their pitch? You won't get such a delicious hamburger for as low as 15 cents in such a short
15 cents. Holy shit. Now it costs fucking 20 bucks just for a hamburger, bruv. Eaten by a mouse.
time anywhere else. As you witnessed McDonald's in action, you had realized that you had just stumbled upon an untapped gold mine. Here was your road to riches. Here was the thing that would make you a millionaire. You were gonna take the McDonald's model and build a fast food empire to take over the world. But first, you would have to get in bed with the McDonald's brothers.
Yeah, exactly.
Stay
What the hell?
dangerous, subscribe for more, and this is how Ray Kroc stole McDonald's.
Wait, so there was 2 McDonald's brothers, but he seen a potential in it and he made McDonald's what it is today? Yo, shut up, Randy. I knew someone was gonna say some shit about those 2. Okay, bro. I knew that shit was gonna happen.
23 years ago. Remember,
Ray Kroc stole.
If you want to live longer and healthier, you obviously want to cut out McDonald's. But to
Facts.
take it a step
Promo?
further, leading scientists like Dr. David Sinclair have spent their time researching how to mitigate or even slow down aging altogether. One of factory too old to work in New Hampshire. Their father Patrick used to work as a shift manager for a shoe factory to support the family. But after 42 years of grinding it out, he was laid off and told he was too old to work there anymore. Suddenly, he was left with no severance package, no retirement, no plan for the future, absolutely nothing. And it was in that moment of desperation that the McDonald's brothers knew that they would have to take the mantle and go out there and make some money.
Damn.
And they set a goal to make $1 million by the time they were 50 years old. So they decided to head out west and search for their fortune, all the way to by the time they were 50 years old.
So their goal was getting $1 million at around 50 years old. Now people want to get $1 million at around 25. Okay.
So they decided to head
Lifestyle.
out west and
The
search for their
lifestyle.
fortune, all the way to California. In California, they tried working on film sets to even operating a movie theater. But everything they tried failed miserably.
Capri.
And then to top it
Only thing you have is $1 million is fucking $1 million diseases, bro. Shut up, bro. You got asthma, bro.
all off, the Great Depression hits, and things get much worse
It's bro, Randy, it's above. It's
for the
like
brothers.
way
The
more.
brothers needed to find a way to make money, but no one was spending money on movies and other non-essentials anymore. It was the Great Depression after all. If you could afford a house, car, and
yeah.
food, you were lucky. And that's when it hit them. The one thing everyone needed no matter how poor they
Food.
were. Food. So the brothers reused their uniforms from their failed movie theater business, and they started a restaurant where waiters would take orders from people's cars. But as they ran the
Oh.
restaurant, they noticed an interesting pattern. Out of everything they had on the menu, there was one thing that people ordered more than anything
Fries.
else. Hamburgers.
Oh.
They were selling more burgers than anything else. So being the geniuses that they were, they thought why not give people what they want and just sell burgers, nothing else. So the brothers pivoted. And after a quick rebranding, the brothers officially opened up the very first McDonald's in 1948. And slowly but steadily, McDonald's became a massive local success.
There it is.
So we decided, let's try it. Let's hang on a little bit longer. So we did.
This is crazy though, but they've the thing is, we're so used to McDonald's, but back in the day they did not have McDonald's, bro. So this is some life-changing shit, bro. Do you know how crazy that is? How do you come up with the idea, yeah, let me create McDonald's, bro?
Well,
like, do you know how crazy that is?
Third month, it began to pick up a little.
This new type of restaurant, a fast food restaurant, attracted customers who were in a hurry and needed something quick.
I did that. Yo, this mods are pissing me off, bro. Y'all did everything my idea, but look. Like, y'all, like, I'm used to this shit y'all be saying, bro. I did my idea. Like, bro, that's the only thing I keep doing, bro. Y'all are nothing to society, bro.
Tasty to eat.
A random idea like other, yeah, exactly. Like, I kind of like it, bro.
Drivers, construction workers, travelers, and busy families were their best customers. And within just a few years, the McDonald's brothers were so successful that they started expanding and opening up new locations all across the states. They worked with an architect to design their signature yellow arches that could be seen from a mile away.
Oh, tough. Y'all see that? They got marketing skills and shit.
And it was looking like McDonald's might be on its way to becoming a household name in the restaurant game.
It is now.
And that's when our guy Ray Kroc stumbled across McDonald's and saw the opportunity of a lifetime.
Oh, damn. How to steal a fast food empire. Okay, let's see how. Oh, he made
Ray
it
Kroc
in real estate or
couldn't just
something.
walk into McDonald's and take over the business overnight. If he wanted to know everything about the business, he would have to do it from the inside. He would have to earn the brothers' trust. So he went up to them with the best salesman smile and told them just how impressed he was with McDonald's. He saw real potential in the business and wanted to be involved, and the brothers were flattered. They knew their business was doing well, but here was someone who actually wanted to invest in their dream. And since they already started franchising McDonald's, they thought the next logical step was to work with people like Ray, people who wanted to open other McDonald's across the country.
Facts.
And thanks to Ray's years of being a salesman, it didn't take long for the
What, did Arnold Schwarzenegger make this? No, he did not make that shit,
brothers to give him a 10-year master franchise agreement to open and franchise McDonald's throughout the US. And that's all Ray needed to hear. He practically ran back to Illinois to start signing up franchisees. And he didn't just want to open up a restaurant here and there. He wanted to create a giant network of McDonald's. By the following year, Ray set up the McDonald's System Incorporated, a predecessor to the McDonald's Corporation. He founded another company to handle all the brand's real estate deals, so he could get as many McDonald's restaurants up and running as possible. He was on a mission to build a kingdom of McDonald's restaurants all across America. But the brothers started having second thoughts. They were tired. They had been grinding out for decades since they moved to California to try and make it big. They wanted to settle down. They wanted to get out of the restaurant game and enjoy their riches in peace. Taxes were killing us, Richard told the Wall Street Journal in 1991. We weren't kids anymore. And so Ray and the brothers started bumping heads. Ray wanted to expand at all costs. Ray wanted to shake things up and keep innovating. But the brothers just wanted to maintain their lifestyle. The tension between them got so bad that
oh, damn. So the guy that seen potential in McDonald's, he kept wanting to milk it, make it bigger. And the other guys just wanted to be old, but have money.
Ray went up to them and said, look, what is it going to take to make you go away? The brothers said $2.7 million. We want $1 million each and $700,000 to pay our taxes. That's how practical they were, and they were happy with that. So in 1961, the brothers asked Ray for $2.7 million and 1% of McDonald's gross sales.
Gang, imagine buying the McDonald's right now for $2.7. I will deadass get a loan somehow just to buy the McDonald's. Yo, are y'all hearing this? McDonald's goes so big, you cannot buy McDonald's no more like that. 2.7 is nothing to compare to McDonald's. This day alone is all the money made, bro.
To hand over control. Ray quickly took the deal, but Ray didn't have that kind of cash on hand. So he went out on a limb, borrowed cash from a bunch of people,
makes sense.
Eventually coming up with enough money to buy the rights to
That's
McDonald's.
valid.
And just like that, the McDonald's brothers had both achieved their dream. They had finally became millionaires. But it would turn out to be one of the worst financial decisions.
2.7 billion is still not enough to buy the McDonald's. Theoretically, how much do I pay? McDonald's is like one of the top brands in there, bro. Like 280 billion. Okay, that makes kind of sense. Yeah, okay, look, that's what I'm talking about. But the thing is, you will never get that much because people still wanna. You will never be able to buy McDonald's because anyone is gonna sell the McDonald's to you, bro. Like they will still wanna keep a share of it because it will keep bringing you money in either way, and you just wanna keep investing. People will still wanna invest though.
Decisions ever made.
The handshake.
The deal with Ray should have been the best thing that's ever happened to the McDonald's brothers. They put in the years, they did the hard stuff, and now they can finally sit back and relax.
That's not him,
without
Zaba.
doing
That's the
any work.
CEO or whatever.
But at the last minute, Ray flipped the script.
What
He
happened?
said he had the $2.7 million ready for them, but their 1% stake in McDonald's would have to be off the books. Ray told the brothers that including that 1% in their agreement on paper would mess up negotiations with new investors. So Ray promised that he would just do a handshake deal with them, and he would pay them the 1% without an official contract. The McDonald's brothers trusted Ray. They had been partners for years, so they all shook hands on the deal. But Ray was a man of business, not honor. So the second McDonald's was transferred over to Ray's name, he had already made up his mind that he would not pay the brothers another single penny. Now with the brothers kicked to the curb, Ray was finally free to shape the McDonald's franchise into the fast food kingdom of his dreams.
But that's not allowed though. According to the code of law, if a handshake is an official form of signation, no? Is a handshake legally binding? Yes, a handshake can be legally binding enforcement contract if it meets the core requirement of an agreement offer. The 1% should be legally inquired to the owner of that shit. So it's back then probably not. When is this law? When was wait, sales of goods over 500. Wait, under the statute of fraud, some conduct must be in reading to be enforced by real estate agreements. Oh, that has to be written down already. Oh, that's sad. That's an L, bruh. Yeah, too bad, bruh.
And almost
They need evidence, yeah, but even they can still bring him in front of the court, bro. You cannot just keep defending. Two people said that as well.
in an instant, McDonald's started diverging from its roots. For the brothers, their number one concern was putting out high quality food and making sure their customers were happy. But for Ray, his one and only focus was growth. Growth was the only metric that mattered.
Makes
and
sense.
Grow it he did. Soon there were McDonald's in every single state, and after that in every single city. And after only 3 years of taking over,
How many states are in the USA? 50?
only 3 years of taking over, Ray
40
Ray
minutes?
had doubled the number of McDonald's in America. He even opened up a location a block away from the McDonald's brothers' childhood home to really rub his success in their faces. And soon McDonald's would go on to pioneer a lot of the fast food innovations we know and regrettably consume today. In 1967, the legendary Big Mac was born. In
Big Mac was born in the 6-7.
1971, McDonald's germ-ridden play places were born.
This was peak. This was a smart idea. I swear to God. Because of this, because the playground shit, that shit was my youth, bro. I remember the first time I was in a McDonald's. I mean, the first time. I remember in a birthday party, I was there playing, bro. How old was I? I don't even remember how old I was. I just remember McDonald's, bro.
By 1977,
That shit was peak. Happy Meal.
the Happy Meal was born to fatten up children all over America.
This was probably the best thing they could have done. The Happy Meal, getting a playground there. Oh,
And by 1979, the legendary Chicken McNuggets were introduced as Americans started cutting down on red meat.
you
The
never
McDonald's
had a Happy Meal, bro? That's the only thing I ate.
franchise
Bro, if I will go to the McDonald's, that's the only thing I still order, bro.
was exploding. Ray Kroc was taking all the credit, and he was not giving the real founders
Crazy
a
shit.
single cent of that promised 1%. And
Y'all never had Happy Meals. Oh my days. Oh my days. Yo, I have a sensitive stomach, bro, so I cannot eat food outside at all almonds, bro. But that, oh.
all the McDonald's brothers could do was watch as the brand grew bigger and bigger every
Yeah,
single
this will
day.
burn them. This will actually hurt them. This will fucking hurt them. This will hurt them. Over 99 billion served. Jesus.
Ray Kroc took the McDonald's brothers for a ride. He went from being a failed salesman peddling milkshake machines to the owner of a multi-billion-dollar fast food company. But the brothers weren't so lucky. They had accomplished their goal of becoming a millionaire, but in the process they lost out on hundreds of millions of dollars. It
Hey, that's on them. They want the money, bro.
made their 2.7 million look like chump change. And what's worse is that they never even got their recognition for their role in creating McDonald's, even though it was named after them.
Holy shit. But at least they will die with the name McDonald's. Their name will be gone in vain, but...
Every year, the company would throw an annual Founders Day celebration in honor of Ray Kroc, not the McDonald's brothers. But there was nothing they can do. Legally, Ray Kroc was the rightful owner of McDonald's, and mentally, it tore the brothers apart. They eventually begged to know why Ray just didn't steal the fast food business idea instead of taking over McDonald's. His response? The McDonald's name. Ray said it was such a nice, simple sounding all-American name that he could never compete with. That's why he couldn't resist.
True though.
After all, could you imagine a fast food chain named Crocs? The McDonald's brothers didn't realize just how
I mean, yeah, people be winning Crocs, bro. Wait, that's valid. That's actually a valid argument.
powerful and
McDonald's sounds so good.
valuable their fast food restaurant chain was. But Ray Kroc didn't. He saw McDonald's for what it could be. And today, McDonald's brings in $23 billion in revenue, which means that the brothers' 1% would have come out to $230 million a year. But instead, all they got was a measly $27 million in today's money.
By the way, they got only 1 million, but in today's money's value, that goes up since taxes and shit.
The lesson? Whenever you're doing business, get the terms down on paper. Today, there's still speculation if the brothers actually did
Ronaldo's salary, that's just a year. That's 1%, Zab, but that's 1%. That's 1%. If they were negotiating, saying 10%, 10% at least, double that by 10. You
asked
get
for
me?
that 1% or not. But regardless, the McDonald's brothers did find some solace. When asked if they regretted selling, one of the brothers replied no. I
Cap, ego.
would have wound up in some skyscraper somewhere with 4 ulcers and 8 tax attorneys trying to figure out how to pay all my income tax. We had 3 homes and a garage full of Cadillacs, and we didn't owe a dime to anyone. I have 0 regrets. Yachts on the Riviera were not my style at all.
We weren't kids anymore. We had 3 homes and a garage full of Cadillacs. I ain't gonna lie, that's a valid argument though.
Their life was great, their biographer explained.
Ray Kroc died.
They were buying new Cadillacs every year. They were working hard in their original McDonald's restaurant, but they knew if they sold out,
Ronaldo.
they would be working
Musty, if I die, my company will probably get given to my children, or some co-owner that owns a certain amount of percentage on the company, so they keep going down the hill. Bam, 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 bam.
more than they were now, and they wouldn't be able to maintain the quality they achieved in the restaurant. They were ambitious enough, but they weren't hyper ambitious to dominate the world. But
Valid.
perhaps the most tragic part of the McDonald's story is what was once a respectable fast food restaurant serving real food with real fresh cooked burgers has devolved into the most processed artificial gunk you could think of that is literally designed to make you addicted. But you want
I mean, hey, it works.
know what other modern day food is also insanely disgusting? Oat milk. Now on the outside, oat milk sounds like this innocent healthy milk alternative.
What do you mean, what's
but
wrong
on the
with oat milk?
inside, oat milk is a chemical concoction full of seed oils, emulsifiers,
Yeah,
and other
okay,
artificial
yeah.
ingredients. In fact, oat milk is so bad that one single serving of oat milk has the same blood sugar effects as a can of Coke. And gram for gram, oat milk has the same amount of seed oils as French fries. And yet, Oatly was somehow able to fool the masses into thinking that oat milk was cool and healthy. How? Well, we expose it all in
Wait, he's hating on oat milk.
our new documentary on oat milk
Oh, that's why he's.
over on
This is why this so sudden, Capri. He's promoting his next vid.
our other channel, Evil Food Supply, that you can watch right now by clicking the card on the screen. This might be my
Yeah, he
favorite
was randomly hating on them. I was also thinking about what?
Evil Food Supply video yet, and you are gonna love it. Click the card on the screen to watch now and stop drinking oat milk.
Jeez, my mom buys this. I might need to send her this vid, bro. Crazy. Bro, so one more vid.